The Master's power is like this. He lets all things come and go, effortlessly, without desire. He never expects results. Thus, he is never disappointed. He is never disappointed. Thus, his spirit never grows old. What do you gather from this excerpt from chapter 55 of the Tao Te Ching by Lao Tzu? When we let things come and go effortlessly without desire, never expecting results, how can we be disappointed? And if we are never disappointed, how can we ever grow old? We know that age is really just a number. And there are many people in later years who are even more youthful than the youth themselves. When there is no dis-ease in the body, you do not age as rapidly. Some might say, you don't age at all. It is like aging backwards, reversing your years, getting younger every day, cultivating a sense of inner joy and peace. But the inspiration I gather from this chapter is that without disappointment, from no expectation, we may never have to grow old. What expectations do you place on your life? What expectations do you place on yourself? What expectations do you place on the world? And what might happen if you had no expectation? One might say that we don't know the mysteries of the universe, of the cosmos, of this grand play we're in. But if we think that we know, then that is a delusion. But if we know that we do not know, then that is true wisdom. So what can be said of this? Knowing we do not know, and having no expectation, which when you think about it, makes way for the greatest outcome. For it has been said that when man makes plans, God laughs. You could never know the circumstances that would have had to take place, the fortunate events that would have to occur for you to gain a certain success or for you to be lucky. What things had to fall in line for us to be here? The miracle of our lives, our parents getting together, our grandparents getting together, their grandparents getting together, their grandparents getting together. And if any of this were not so, we would not be in this form. So how can we truly expect anything when we didn't even expect to be here? It's funny to think about when we put constraint on our lives, thinking that we know what we're doing and things always have a way of throwing us for a loop. But when we understand that we can dance with life, that we can enjoy this life, that we can just relax, let things come and let things go. No expectation, just thoughtful contemplation, cultivating joy and peace. We will always have joy. We may always have peace. And we may never grow old. Thank you for listening, my friend. This has been Jerome Shaw on TOP, the Open Palm Podcast here in Columbia, South Carolina. I trust you received an encouraging message letting you know that sometimes it's good to have no plan. Sometimes it's good to have no expectation. I remember there was a podcast that they said the guy who was doing this podcast just made episodes for a whole entire year and didn't look at the stats. He didn't analyze the statistics. And only on the second year did he ever look at how he was doing. And he realized that his ratings and his listens and his viewership had skyrocketed in the second year, but only after a certain amount of months. So he understood, giving his personality, that if he had actually looked at the stats in the first year, he would have never continued. He would have given up because he would have thought that it was going nowhere. Take this for you. With no expectation, you make way for the best outcomes. Share this with someone who needs to hear it. And if this is your first time receiving this podcast, subscribe for inspirational messages like this. If you'd like to support, head on over to anchor.fm/jshaw. Clicking the support button there is much appreciated. Shout out to all the wonderful supporters who continue to donate, making it possible for episodes like this. Have a blessed day or night, wherever you are, my friend. And as always, take care.